Yo guys, it's Congru here. Haven't been here for a while, man. Welcome to the Krylo Ren channel once again. Yeah, sorry, I had some in real life stuff that I need to take care of, and honestly, there wasn't really much Star Wars content I really wanted to talk about. But now that the Book of Boba is getting closer and closer, obviously the hype is coming. What do you guys think? Do you think the Book of Boba is going to be good? Let me know in the comments. Today, though, I am talking about Mace Windu in particular. The Mace Windu is a live theory because I think it's something that is definitely interesting to talk about. Basically, I need to talk about what's interesting for Star Wars, right? So basically, we know that Mace Windu, Mace Windu. We know that Samuel L. Jackson, he would jump at the chance to get another go at Mace Windu. We know that he firmly believes the theory that Mace Windu survived Episode 3, his encounter with Palpatine and Anakin. The actor that took the part is willing to do it. So why would Mace Windu be alive? Like, are there any? Is there anything plausible about like what happened to him that would suggest that he could survive? Right. So obviously we don't find a body, and that is a big thing. His body is never recovered and it's never mentioned. I mean, it could be confirmed off screen, but never in any sort of Star Wars works, whether it be novel or comics, has explored what happened to Mace Windu after he got thrown off with the Force electric by Palpatine. Have Jedi's evolved like massive falls before? Yeah, Luke has. Darth Maul he got chopped in half, fell down the chute, and he still survived. He's a major player in sort of the prequel, like extended works outside of the films. Jedi can do force jumps, and they can use the force when landing to soften their landing. So you can always they can fall from great heights. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Jedi should have no problem with landing from great heights. You can say that how much damage does the Force Electric do? You see Palpatine get completely disfigured, for instance. Um, so how much did a fully like he took all of that Force lightning. He couldn't block it because Anakin chopped off his arm. So are we saying that he could one armed electrified Jedi sort of use the Force to cushion his blow? I think if anyone could, Mace Windu could, right? Because Mace Windu's his lightsaber form is I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Vapad. I think it's Vapad, but I would have to cross check that quickly. Yeah, it's Vapad. So yeah, so his lightsaber form actually draws on the edges of dark side energy. So yeah, I mean, go check it up if you want to check. But yeah, his lightsaber form does use the edges of the dark side energy inside of him. So if anyone is gonna get like in all that pain and anger about being betrayed by Anakin, if anyone is gonna be able to call on the Force at that minute, if any Jedi is gonna be able to call on the Force at that minute, it's definitely gonna be Mace Windu. So in that case, yeah, I mean, I think Mace Windu could definitely survive a drop, and that is due to yes, he is in a lot of pain and he has just been betrayed by Anakin. So, in my opinion, he would call a more dark side force energy at that point, and that should be able to soften his fall from the lower parts of Coruscant. I guess is where he fell to, right? And in that case, if he can be alive, how in this timeline do we see Mace Windu, right? We already saw him as a Force Ghost, by the way. Oh, I saw him. We heard his Force Ghost in Episode 9, in the Order of the Jedi scene. So, I mean, of course, I have a video on Ahsoka Tano where we talk about whether she's a Force Ghost or not. It's in the air. Whether being in that scene confirms that you're dead or not, because Filoni has also said that that doesn't mean just because you're in that scene as a Force Ghost, as a voice, doesn't mean you're dead. So that sort of throws everything else into the water. Whereas, like, now, okay, so if Mace Windu like Mace Windu isn't confirmed dead by episode 9 now, because if Ahsoka Tano isn't confirmed dead, then Mace Windu or anyone that talks there can't actually be confirmed dead, unless you've seen, of course, like say like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and stuff like that. So how would we come about seeing Mace Windu again? And this is where obviously I talked about Mandalorian and Book of Boba. You've got to think of this, guys, right? Who is the person that killed Jango Fett? Yep, that is Mace Windu. Boba saw it himself in episode 2. So I'm thinking that there could be a one final loose end for Boba, which then becomes an even massive thread because Mace Windu comes back, right? But if Mace Windu is somehow hiding on Tatooine or has become like a drug lord or whatnot, then it's just a perfect antagonist for Boba. To finally, his dad's armor back. He's sitting pretty in Tatooine at the end of Mandalorian. Sorry for spoilers if you haven't seen that. How the hell have you not seen that? And then Mace Windu out of nowhere, I don't know, he's a crime lord on Tatooine that has to be stopped by Boba. So then you've got this like crazy like Mace Windu comes back, Boba has a chance to get his revenge on his father's killer, and then you've got this whole finale and like just so many possibilities that could occur. Why would Mace Windu be a crime lord though? And that's a good question. My thoughts is that, and obviously these are just my thoughts, right? Mace Windu should be quite bitter on the fact that Anakin betrayed him and Palpatine under their noses was doing all of that stuff, and he was part of the Jedi Order and he couldn't sense any of that. He was one of the main council people. He was like one of the main members of the council, and he couldn't stop that. So basically, it would be great if he got like all bitter and twisted because of the failures of the Jedi Order, and he's basically either like grey or like a dark side Jedi, but for the good sort of thing. So everything that he does, he means well, but he's just been twisted by the dark side because of his like past mistakes and his betrayal. That would be pretty cool to see. I would really like that. And yeah, that's how you would be a criminal underworld. I really wouldn't like you can't just bring back Mace Windu and him. Like look at Luke for instance. Look how bitter and twisted and rubbish he became by the Disney trilogy, right? So like it would be nice to have a change in Mace Windu. Yeah, he would make his own organization and like be working in the shadows for what? No idea. Maybe he wants revenge on the Skywalker lineage. Yeah, for disrupting the balance of the Force, right? The chosen one didn't, like in his eyes, didn't do what he was supposed to do, and that's why Mace's Jedi Order was crushed. That would be pretty interesting to me. Another gateway that Mace has is basically we still don't know who freed Grogu, who like put him into hiding during the stuff that happened at the Jedi Temple with Anakin. We don't know who put him into hiding. We don't know who released him from that hiding spot or anything like that. So I would be happy for it to be a Mace Windu connection and say Mace Windu obviously got thrown off the thing. First thing he did, he went back to the Jedi Temple and just tried to save as many younglings as he tried to save anyone. But obviously he came back, saw what Anakin was doing, and he can only get a few people, a few younglings and stuff hidden away. And then he came, returned, he released the youngling, put him in like a sort of like a trade route to somewhere else, and just let him just get as far away from Coruscant as possible, and he'll be all right. Like that would make sense for me. That Mace would do that because Mace is the only one that would have known that Anakin was going to storm the temple with Palpatine at that point. Because remember, you got to remember, right? Anakin, once Mace dies in the throne room or whatever room it was, Anakin becomes Darth Vader then, and then goes to the temple then. So it would make a lot of sense that Mace was the one to know what was happening. It got there a bit too late, but knew what was happening and was able to get some younglings safe, namely Grogu. And then that would make a decent connection where Mace could, I don't know, seek out Luke Skywalker. But then again, that doesn't really cross the path of like Boba. I guess you could still cross the path of Boba because Boba still has a grudge against Mace. So yeah, I mean, if Mace is looking to sort of seek the Jedi Order that Luke's building, then yeah, I mean that's another way to get in as well. He's already got Grogu now, so yeah, I think on the whole, is Mace alive? Probably, probably Mace will be kept. He'll be kept in the bank for some when Disney need him the most. But it would be nice for him to be. It would nice for him to be somewhere around Boba because there's still bad blood between them. Because what I said in episode 2, obviously, and yeah, it would be great to see a revenge match. Barber can avenge his father. Boba can avenge his father's death, and it would be like a nice massive finale for the Book of Boba movie if that's what they want to do. But yeah, I would like that. So yeah, is he alive or not? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in Book of Boba. But yeah, if you guys want to hear about anything else or if I missed anything, just leave a comment. Let me know. I always reply. And yeah, it's been Congru, and this is the Cry Loren channel. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.